With all the stories making the headlines, it's the ACN News with Carl Andrei.
Severe storms continue. Heavy rainfall, flash floods, and tornado warning persist. Our weather reporter Kuya Will brings us the latest updates on the storm's path and what to expect in the coming hours as severe weather continues to threaten the region. Disaster expert warns long-term rebuilding ahead as storm overwhelms communities. Aeus, a local disaster management expert, sheds light on the challenges ahead from immediate recovery efforts to addressing long-term damage. Residents share harrowing experience on storm's destruction. Raul, a lifelong resident of Purokto, Kawijanan, recounts the terrifying moments when the storm hit and the devastating loss his family now faces.
It was like nothing I've ever experienced before. The winds were so loud, it sounded like a freight train.
Moments like these show up on our strength. Volunteers step up to aid storm victims. Community volunteers at local shelters are working tirelessly to provide relief and care packages for families displaced by the storm. Their efforts highlight the resilience and unity of the community during the crisis. Good morning and welcome to the ACN News. We begin today with breaking news about the devastating weather that has gripped our region and beyond, causing widespread destruction and disruption. Communities are reeling as severe storms, relentless rainfalls, and powerful winds leave a trail in destruction in their wake. In some areas, the damage is unprecedented. Hundreds are displaced, emergency crews are overwhelmed, and the worst may not be over. Here's the latest of the storm path and the toll it's taking over the region.
I'm standing here today in Kabiyanan, Purokto, where the scene is nothing but short of devastating. Behind me, you can see home completely destroyed, streets littered with debris, and residents struggling to salvage what little they can. From torrential rain to hurricane force winds, this week's extreme weather has brought chaos to millions. Entire neighborhoods have been submerged underwater, roads have turned into rivers, and countless families have been forced to evacuate their homes. Officials are calling this one of the most severe weather events in recent history. But it's not just the immediate damage we're seeing. Many areas are bracing for even more dangerous conditions in the coming days. Earlier today, I spoke with Raul, who described the terrifying moments as the storm swept through.
It was like nothing I've ever experienced before. The winds were so loud, it sounded like a freight train. Within minutes, the water started rising, and we barely had the time to get out. We couldn't save anything. Now, we've lost everything. I've lived here with my whole life, and this is a nightmare.
Emergency crews are working tirelessly, but with the sheer scale of damage, recovery efforts are expected to take weeks, if not months. Back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Abby. For more details on the ongoing weather conditions and what we can expect in the coming days, we now turn up to our weather reporter, Kuya Will, for an update.
This is the weather with Kuya Will.
Kuya Will, we've seen widespread flooding and damage already. What can we expect if the storm continue its path?
Thank you. Unfortunately, the severe weather continues to impact large parts of the region. We're seeing heavy rainfall, strong winds, and the risk of additional tornadoes. As you can see on the map, the storm system is still hovering over Region 11 and expected to linger for at least the next 24 hours. We're also dealing with fluctuating temperatures, which is only adding to the unpredictability of the storm. The flash floods warnings are still in effect for areas including Davao de Oro, and we're monitoring tornadoes warnings in Legazpi. As of now, the winds are gusting of speeds of up to 20 miles per hour. Unlucky. which could cause more power outage and dangerous conditions on the roads. We're also keeping an eye on Zamboanga City, which could experience more severe weather in the next few hours. Now, looking for the next 24 hours, we expect an additional 3 inches of rainfall, which could exacerbate flooding in already saturated areas. As we move into the evening hours, winds should ease slightly by 3 p.m., but residents in low-lying areas are still urged to evacuate. As the risk of flooding remains very high, more rain is expected overnight, and we'll continue monitoring the situation closely.
Thank you, Kuya Will. And as the storm continues to move around the region, emergency responders are working around the clock. But it's not just the immediate impact we're concerned about. The storm is just a reminder of how the long-term challenges that comes with extreme weather. Joining us now to discuss the bigger picture is Aeus, a local disaster management expert. Aeus, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me. Microclimates are localized weather systems that can significantly impact conditions within a small area. For instance, urban areas with lots of concrete and asphalt retain, creating what's known as an urban island effect, which can intensify rainfall when a storm system passes through. Similar areas with varied gradations or vegetation can experience drastically different wind speeds or temperatures during the storm. Sierra Madre, for example, the combination of mountain terrains and the storm moisture created what we call orographic lifting, where air is forced upward, leading to heavier and more localized rainfall. Meanwhile, coastal areas are experiencing higher storm surges due to warmer ocean temperatures, exacerbating the system. Understand microclimates is essential for forecasting and preparing for these events. They can help us identify which areas might experience the worst conditions, allowing more targeted response.
Thank you, Aeos, for that important insight. It's clear that this storm is not just a momentary crisis. It's going to take a tremendous effort to rebuild, and we're having reports that many local organizations are already stepping up to support the recovery. To share more on how you can help, we now turn to our environment correspondent, Abby.
Thank you, Carl. I'm here at a local community center where volunteers are working tirelessly to prepare care packages for displaced families. This location has become a hub for donations with food, water, and medical supplies being distributed to those who need them the most. I spoke earlier with Claire, who described what it's been like to help out during such a difficult time.
It's been overwhelming but also rewarding. Everyone is doing what they can, whether it's helping to distribute supplies or offering emotional support, or just improving a safe place for those who've lost their homes. It's moments just like that remind us how strong our community is real.
As the storm continues, these volunteer efforts are vital to ensuring that those in need get the help they deserve. Many are opening their doors to house evacuees, and local businesses are rallying together to provide food and water. However, the need is still great, and donations remain crucial in helping those who have lost everything. Back to you, Carl.
Thank you, Abby. It's hard for me to see communities come together in times of crisis. If you'd like to contribute to ongoing relief efforts, we've posted information on how you can donate to trusted organizations on our website. Every little bit counts. While recovery is just beginning, there's still a long road ahead. As we continue to follow this devastating storm, we will keep you updated on our new development and provide ways to help those affected. This has been Carl, reporting for ACN News. Stay safe and good day.
are opening their doors.
Uy, nagulan na!